Good morning, class. Welcome to the one more online session. In the previous session, we have seen what is exactly the meaning of horizontal curve, what are the methods to set out the horizontal curve, as well as we have seen the numericals based on the methods to understand the horizontal curve, how to set the curve, how to calculate the data required to set the curve. Namely, we have seen three methods. First is offset from long chord, second method is chord produced, and third method is Rankins or deflection angle method. Today we are going to understand what is exactly the vertical curve. Second year students, if your curve is provided in a horizontal plane, that is called as your horizontal curve, and if your curve is provided in a vertical plane, that is called as your vertical curve. Okay, so if you look at towards the gradient, two different gradients meeting at a point, two different gradients. Suppose this is one gradient, suppose this is second gradient. They are meeting at point C, point B. Say this is point A, say this is point C. So say this is up gradient, say this is down gradient, they are meeting at a point B. Now it is highly impossible to travel or to drive your vehicle around this particular sharp edges. So we need to round off this particular apex point. We can say this point B as an apex point. So to round, we require to keep this point as if a rounded point, so that suppose we would like to draw a smooth curve like this, so that vehicle can be easily move along this particular up and down gradient. So this smooth curve will be called as the vertical curve. This smooth curve is called as vertical curve. Understood, students? If AB and BC, these are the two, say AB is up gradient, B to C is your down gradient. Those two gradients are meeting at a point, apex point B. It will form a sharp edge at point B. So it is impossible to drive your vehicle along these particular sharp edges. So we have to round it off this particular apex point in such a way that the vehicle can be easily ride without any kind of disturbances. So we have to perform a smooth curve like this, or a smooth arc like this, which is called as the vertical curve. Most of the times in the ghat section, or where we have different gradients, there we have to introduce this particular vertical curve. Now in the vertical curve, as I have been discussing about, this is called as your gradient. Gradients are nothing but the slope of a line. If you look at towards one figure, suppose this line, say this line is AB, this line AB is having some kind of gradient. This sloping line AB is having some gradient, or you can say it is having some slope. So generally this gradient will be expressed in terms of a ratio of 1 as to n. A ratio of 1 as to n. Where 1 is represents the vertical distance and n represents the horizontal distance. So it is expressed in terms of gradient, expressed in terms of 1 as to n, where 1 is vertical and n is the horizontal case. Okay. The second type by which we can express the gradient will be in terms of, say this is my first type that we can perform. Second is in terms of percentage. Suppose it is 1%. If it is 1%, so it will be 1 as to 100. 1 divided by 100. Suppose if it is 2%, then again it is 2 divided by 100, where 2 is nothing but your vertical component and 100 is your horizontal component. So gradient is nothing but a slope given to any kind of a line, that is again depends on various factors. It is expressed in terms of 1 as to n, one type. 1 is your vertical component, n is your horizontal distance. Again it can be expressed in terms of percentage also. So 1%, 2%, 0.5% again. So 1% is nothing but 1 divided by 100, where 1 is your vertical component and 100 is your horizontal component. On the same line, 2% will be equal to 2 upon 100. 2 is your vertical component and 100 is your horizontal component. So likewise, we have to understand the meaning of gradient. This is the first component when we express the vertical curve. The second component is the length of vertical curve. Second important component of vertical curve is length of vertical curve. The formula to calculate length of vertical curve will be equal to change of grade upon rate of change of grade. Change of grade divided by rate of change of grade. By using this particular ratio, we can easily find out what is the length of vertical curve. It is rate of a change of grade. If we are having two different grades, suppose this is my first grade and suppose this will be again, this is say first up gradient, say this is my up gradient and say this is my another up gradient. So what is the rate of change of this particular grade? So I will express this grade in terms of say G1 percentage or this is a G2 percentage. So here change of a grade from G1 to G2 divided by rate of change of a grade. So that is again important component when we express the vertical curve. Length of vertical curve will be expressed in terms of change of grade upon rate of change of grade. So for example, if we take the small numerical based on it, so we require to find out the length of a curve. We require to find out the length of a curve by using this data. So what is the data? The data is they have given us the two grades 0.5 and 0.4. Suppose G1 is 0.5 percentage. Second here they have mentioned it positive 0.5 and second G2 is minus 0.45 percentage, which is again minus. So what does this mean? This means this is as it is in terms of positive gradient, so this is an up gradient, and it is as it is seen in the negative sign, so it is a down gradient. It is a down gradient. One more important data they have given us is rate of change of grade is 0.1%. Rate of change of grade is 0.1%. So this is the important data. So by using this particular data, we have to calculate the length of vertical curve. The length of vertical curve. So we will put the values. Change of a grade. The change of a grade will be the difference between two grades. One grade is positive 0.5% minus second grade is minus 0.4%. Why I have taken it negative? Because the value, sorry, it is 45. The value that they have expressed, sorry, secondary it is again 0.4 itself. So consider it as 0.4. So consider the same gradient with respect to their sign convention. So if it is given negative, consider it as negative. If they have given as positive sign, so consider it as a positive sign. Then next is, it should be multiplied by the 30, which is the chain length. It will be always, the gradient will be expressed in terms of percentage for one chain length. So it's normally 30 meter is your chain length considered for this particular vertical length of vertical curve. And rate of change of gradient is, it is given 0.1%. It is given as 0.1%. So if you calculate the length, it is equal to 270 meters. 270 meters. So if it is the length of curve, so we have to measure this particular length of curve. So likewise, we have to calculate the length of curve. There might be one possibility that for the exams you may get a question on how to calculate the length of a vertical curve. You may also get a numerical based on it. So it is quite much more simple. So we have to understand the factors to be included over here, and you have to find out the answer. Okay. So again, we have seen a small numerical, very rarely asked in your exams, but still it is having very much more smooth and simple solution. So it is quite possibility that you may get a question. So second here, the last point which is remaining from the vertical curve is the types of curve. It is a types of curve. Types of vertical curve. There are two types of vertical curve. One is summit curve. Summit curve, I will draw the figure. Summit curve is nothing but an up gradient is followed by the down gradient. Up gradient, suppose I draw this, say, point small capital E to capital B, an up gradient followed by the down gradient. Followed by the down gradient, say B to C. So let us take it as positive G 1%, and let us take it as a ground G2, the downward gradient. So G1 and G2, these are the two gradients, and this is the ground level, we can say. Where two gradients, one is up gradient from A to B, and from B to C it is a down gradient, meets, this is called as your summit curve. Up gradient and down gradient meets at the point, and they form a curve. We have to provide one smooth curve, that is your summit curve. Second one is sag curve. Second one is sag curve. So what is sag curve second here? Sag curve is nothing but a down gradient is followed by an up gradient. A down gradient is followed by an up gradient, that is called as your sag curve. So one down gradient following by the up gradient, this is called as your sag curve. So likewise, we can easily show the sag gradient. Say this is, say again, name the points, point A, point B and point C. as you can see, it is a down gradient from A to B. So minus G1 in terms of percentage gradient, and from B to C it is again up gradient, so it is positive G2 in terms of percentage. Now to join these two gradients, we have to perform, or we have to draw a smooth curve. So let us draw a smooth curve like this. Let us draw a smooth curve like this. So this will become your sag curve. The difference between summit curve and sag curve is what? It is exactly opposite to each other. It is exactly opposite to each other. If you look at toward the first figure, A to B, it is a up gradient. B to C, it is a down gradient. So they meet at a apex point, point B. And to smoothly running your vehicle, we require to provide a smooth arc. So this is your summit curve. In the second case, if you look at towards the same triangle, so A to B will become your negative gradient, or we can say a down gradient, and B to C you can say a positive G2, which is called as an up gradient. They meet again at a point B. So to provide a smooth arc, we have provided a smooth arc like this. So this is called as your sag curve. So this is all about the types of curve. One is your summit curve and second is your sag curve. Second year, with this particular video, we came towards the end of this particular unit number 4, curves. So to conclude the part, just we will go through the conclusion what we have seen in this particular curves. So there are two types of curves we have seen. One is the horizontal curve. We have seen the types of horizontal curve, as well as we have seen the 3 methods to set the horizontal curve. And today we have understood what is exactly the vertical curve. As far as the exam is concerned, most of the times you will get the numerical as well as some procedure based on the horizontal curve, and some introductory part or a small numerical on length of curve, length of vertical curve, as far as the vertical curve is concerned. Okay, second year. So we'll be stopped for today's session. In the next session, we'll start with a new unit. Of course, at the end of this particular lecture, I will be giving you one surprise test, as well as I will be giving you the assignment question papers. I hope that the students have already started with their assignment based on the university question papers. So all of you, again, let us go for the assignment number 4 based on the curves. The questions from 4 university question papers, you have to go through it, write down the question as well as find out the answer. I will be sharing you the notes on our WhatsApp group. Okay, second year, thank you very much for attending online session.